the area will decrease, and they can't get the aid. They can't get the aid because to tell the exaggeration to the supporter, it means we betray the supporter, and if the supporter know the present circumstance, supporter feel they were betrayed. So the donate or the supporter donate or not, don't donate is depend on the individual. So if supporter feel they are betrayed, they will not be donate to the international aid charities. So and also they think this area is by knowing the true circumstance, they will think it is not so bad than they thought. So they don't need aid. So they will not donate the country. And if supporters don't donate the money, the international aid charities also can't donate the country. So like developing country can't get the aid. So it is very harmful for the reputation of international charities and also the developing country. So it is very harmful. But after taking this plan, the situation will be changed because by telling true situation to the supporter, they will think they need. By telling the supporter, by telling the true circumstance, the supporter can know how bad the situation is. So they will help the country for a long time. So we can prevent the supporter feeling be betrayed and yes. It is true that telling the situation overly, we can get the money, but it is a temporary thing. So we think a long-term benefit to get the aid for a long time. We should tell the true circumstance and get the aid to get the appropriate aid, appropriate amount of the money to the true condition. So by telling the true condition is the most effective way to get the aid for long term. For this reason, we are proud to propose this motion. Thank you.
I thank PM for a speech. Now we call upon LO to open the negative case within 7 minutes. Here.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen. We think we want to help save the suffering people, so we need more money for citizens. So therefore, we are very proud to oppose today. I have two arguments. Firstly, I'm going to talk about how understandable such images have strong good power for people, and secondly, I'll talk about how undertaking from a bad situation. Before explaining my argument, let me respond to our government side. I have two refutations. Firstly, they talk about the charities use the images that what charities use image is over than real situation, but it is not true because this situation is real situation. For example, in the case of photo is that people take the real situation in this condition. So it is not over than real situation. So your point doesn't make sense. And secondly, they talk about the sometimes they not suffering people will be given aid, but it is not true because many charities group is acting for real suffering people. So your case is rare case. So your point doesn't make sense. Therefore, their point never stand. And then I'll explain our point. Firstly, I talk about how the status quo such images have strong good power for people. Under status quo, thanks to these images, there is good relationship between citizens and suffering people. Because using such images, citizens can have interesting for this problem. In this debate, the international aid charities many group of charity want citizens to aid for foreign countries suffering people, so that many citizens don't know about their foreign situation. So foreign situation, it is even if this situation is serious, very serious. So they don't know about it, and they don't consider about it, and they don't want to help them. But we can use such graphic images thanks to use it because of their impact. Many citizens will be attention about and can have interests, and they consider about it, and they will aid for them. Because of this aid, the charity group can give enough help for suffering people, and for example, they give food or water or clothes and so on. So many suffering people will be able to spend enough life. Perhaps they will be saved their life by this help. Because of this situation, the country and moreover, because of this situation, the country of their suffering people will thanks for people who aid, and this situation will lead a good relationship among countries. This is very good situation. And secondly, so under status quo, there is many good situation and relationship for suffering people and citizens. And secondly, I talk about how after after taking plan make bad situation. After taking plan, the charity group cannot gather money for suffering people because they cannot give impact for citizens because they cannot use graphic images. So the citizens don't be interested in this aid in this aid campaign, and they never aid, and they don't know about they don't know and consider about it. So that the charity group never gather enough money, and they don't give enough people and they don't give enough help, and they cannot spend and the suffering people cannot get enough aid, and the suffering people cannot spend enough life. Perhaps they will be die because of the lack of the aid. For example, even if they can get only few aids, but only few aid, they can save their life, but because of the aid will be nothing, they cannot alive, and they will die because it is very bad situation. Okay.
In some community, even though there might be a possibility there are few malnutrition children exist in that community, if NGO started picking up specific photo, don't you think citizens can choose rational choice in terms of decision-making process?
Sorry, my partner will talk about later. I will talk about I continue my argument. After taking plan, the charity group cannot use such images because of this. As I told you, this such images have very many big impact. For example, the one citizen watched this the picture that the black children cannot eat, and they can't walk. Walk. The people who watched it, they can know this very serious situation, and they can consider about this situation, and they will get impact, and they will consider about it very deeply. So they will aid, and they can help the people. It is a very good situation. From all those reasons, we strongly beg to oppose this motion. Thank you.
I thank you for your speech. Now we call upon DAPM to complete the opening comment case in Serbia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We think that the visual image from the sensational graphic or overall emotional image can be rather harmful to give the bad reputation for such kind of area. We think the role of the international charity is to save the area that they want to support, and because of that, they should think about the future development in that area, or to, of course, we think to give the proper image to the whole society, we should not use the sensational graphic of course, we are happy to give the proper information about it, but we think graphic or the image is very, very harmful to give the bad reputation to the other country. That is why we plan to oppose. So today I want to talk about three things. Firstly, I will explain about how sensational graphics affect the citizen in this world. And secondly, I will explain about the role of the international aid charities and why they shouldn't give the sensational overly emotional images. And thirdly, I will connect the target and I will explain about why in this context the bad reputation will happen. But before that, one individual brought out to the previous speaker. So they said that the picture is a real situation. That is why they should give. However, we think, as we said, we are happy to give the good information. This is because we think the person who really have a good incentive to help such kind of area can get the proper information only by giving the information, not have the sensational feeling. As my partner clearly told you, that kind of sensational feeling just gives temporary idea that people is very, very suffer or miserable or that kind of thing. We think this kind of feeling doesn't connect it to give the donation itself, and we think that's counterproductive for the reputation that I'll explain later. So let's move into my point. So first I'll explain about how sensational graphic will work. So we think that for the people, the information from the international aid charity is very, very important. This is because this is maybe the consensus of this debate, but such kind of the sensational graphic or image can be very workable because many people get the information from the international aid charities. As we said, it is a little difficult for the ordinary citizen to get the true information from the area that the international charities want to support. This is because maybe such kind of area have the lack of the way to give to produce the information from the own country. That is why the information from the international aid charity is very important. And for the ordinary citizen, such kind of even if the situation is false or not, that kind of information from the international aid charity can be trustable for the ordinary citizen because they trust such kind of person, and also there is no way to realize the situation in such kind of area. That is why the information from the graph is very important. So then I will explain the second point, so the role of the international aid charities. As we said, the aid of that charity is to help the citizen and also and to work to make the action. It is very important for them to get the donation from society. But we think for the donation, to get the money, we should give the proper information, not only by appealed by the sensational graphic. This is because the same case with to get the credit or to get donation from the society. In that cases, we also should give the real information, not only give appeal the very, very serious situation itself. This is because money is very important thing for the citizen. That is why the proper information is very important. Even if they want to get the donation from society, we should not tell the lie, or we should not tell the pick up the only bad thing. This is because this means that it will deceive the people. That is why in the status quo, especially in the cases of money, we should give the truth information. We think this is the same cases with this. So even if they can get that enough, they can attract some person to some extent. We should give the true information when they gather the money from society. This is why we think that over emotional image is very harmful for society. So then I will extend the third argument. So character is target and why the reputation will happen. So as we said, because of sensational graphic will appeal the information. So we can character the three characters. One person is who will support whether or not they have the sensational feeling or not. And second person is their character, so the person who will support by seeing the graphic. And third person who don't support even in any cases. So about first person who will support, in that cases we can support. Even if there is no sensational graphic, by giving the truth information, we can give they will support such kind of person because they have high interest about the international society, and they have high incentive to help that kind of person. In that cases, in each part, we can give the help the happy person, and the third person who have no interest in that person don't have the incentive. That is why even they give the sensational graphic, such kind of don't donate. So and the second person who will support by seeing sensational graphic, this is as my point clearly characterized. We think that person is the only sensational figure, and even if they have the donate in temporary, we think it won't connect it, and we think to help that area, the continue to pay money is very, very important, and also as a role of the international aid charity, as we said in my second argument, because it is very, very harmful, because they give the only one perspective of very, very serious situation. They pick up only one situation and gather money. But we think this is a serious situation of fraud, because they, as we said, they very difficult to get the gather information from that area. But international aid charities give the information of the sensational feeling. We think this is very important, harmful, because they don't have the they just have the sensational feeling and give the information. And in that case, it's just it won't connect with the help itself. That is why you put the sun on this side. Thank you.
I thank DPM for a speech. Now we call upon the DLO to conclude the opening case within 7 minutes. Here.
I want to help developing countries, so we oppose this motion. Today I have two arguments. Firstly, I'm going to talk about after plan is bad for the developing countries people and such as poor people. So because the number of people who fundraising who go to charity will decrease. So secondly, why sensational graphic or over emotional image is good. Before I explain my argument towards the government side, I have two refutations. First is they say that role of the charity group is proper information. So they must not say right things, but it is not they must not say rare case, but it is not significant. Even if this first it is they said that about true things. So because photos, so they go to such as they go to developing countries, so they take photos, so it is true. So even this image is photo of rare case, it exists. So it exists. So the foreign countries people it makes impact to foreign countries people. So charity, the number of people who go to charity is increasing. So it is good. Secondly, no interest isn't be donated. No interest people don't have interest, but it is not true. Not if people see photographs, so they get impact. So they can imagine reality. So I speak about it in my argument. So therefore it doesn't make sense. I move on to my arguments. Firstly, after plan is about people, because people can't know about problems of developing countries people. So because if we take this motion, people can't watch about it. So as my partner already said, if it is written in words sentence, people can't read. People don't read it. People may not, but read it. But if image, people watch it and understand about the problems of poor people. So for example, photograph of one child. Yes.
So we said the person who have no incentive to help such kind of area just give the bad impression of the sensational feeling, and just bad reputation will remain in that area. We think this is very harmful for that area.
I'm going to talk about it later. Sorry. For example, photograph of one child of black people is about to be eaten by birds, so it make impact to foreign people. If there is written in what people will not see. For example, picture of book. Picture of book. If it written in full of small words about detailed things, so people can't soon understand. So, for example, fight scene. So it written in small words. So people can't not fight small words. Not small words. So fight scene. Image. Picture of fight scene is in books, so they can imagine easily. So, but if there is graphics to understand what character acts, so they feel awful. Right? Also, these people can imagine easily. So, like this image have big impact to people than words. So that if we take this plan, so under status quo, my partner already said about it. And if take this plan, but one image, so written in small words. For example, photograph of one child of black people is about to be eaten by birds. So they as soon as they see, so they so such children can't have money, so can't have parents, so can't go to the can't eat, so very thin, so bone come out, so can't walk, so it's hunger, so sit down in naked on ground, so understand in so what if this situation is written in word sentence, so if they can't understand easily, so it takes this one. They are not impact, so they can't think about it. So the number of people who go to charity is decreased. So if take this plan, so poor people such as refugees or orphans can't be helped. So the people the number of these people it will increase than under status quo. So, secondly, so TV is okay. So from all the reason, I am very proud of both. Thank you.
I thank the hero for a speech. Now we call upon member of government to open the closing government case within 7 minutes. Here.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'm going to do three things in my speech. First, I will give an analysis of the situation and a characterization in that. Then I will give the harm of the status quo. Then I will give our counter plan and the unique benefits of the after plan. So first, we're going to talk about who are all the parties involved in the situation. What is the role of charities? Charities' job is to bring attention to the public of places where there is need, but they can't get attention, right? But not only that, but the charity is supposed to be an advocate, but they're not just supposed to save people. The charity's ultimate goal, the principle of charity, is not just to give money so that people just have money for that day. The principle of charity is that you want to give the people who have need the power to save themselves, because it's not like they got there just because they started out with nothing. Their power was taken away by somebody, so they're trying to give it back. Okay, so we need to understand that about charity before we go forward. Next, let's talk about who is helped by charity. These are people that nobody sees. These are people that have a lot of times issues that nobody can see from the outside. They're not very easily found out. So the charity has to shine a light on that, and that's their job. That's what they're there to do. Then let's talk about people who donate. Who donates and who doesn't donate? People donate because they see a need and they want to help it. People donate because they feel connected to somebody and they want to help those people. People donate because they feel humanity and connection to humanity and they want to help other people. Why don't people donate is because they don't see a need, or it's not a strong enough impact on them for them to want to take action, or they don't feel like the people that they're looking at that have needs are in any way like them, so they don't feel the need to help them at all. They feel like they're completely separate, they feel like they're in a different world, they feel like they're in another country, they feel like they're somebody so far away that they don't need to give to those people. That's what we're going to talk about here. So, what is the harm of the status quo? We have a problem where we have desensitization towards issues because we have these images that are so striking. And at first, the image is striking enough to get people to give money to that cause, maybe in a large amount at one time. Because when you see an image that striking, the first thing you think is, oh my God, I have to do something. But the thing about human beings is that, from psychology standpoint, when you get one stimulus one time, it's shocking. But as you continue to get the stimulus, actually the effect wears down and your baseline raises. So that means that the next time you actually need more stimulus to get the same effect. That's how humans' feelings and psychology works. So to give you an example, if you see somebody who needs help and it's a starving child one time, you think, oh my God, I have to help them. But after like the 10th, 20th, 50th time you see that child, you're like, oh, another one, and you don't think to give money. So that's how we lose people's interest in charity, and we actually are losing donations and we're losing money. And that's how we lose speed. So that's how relevancy goes down and we don't get the money that we need. That's the harm of the SQ, okay? That's another issue, is that because you have a striking image, if there's another image somewhere of somebody who has a charity that needs help but isn't easily seen, for instance, people who have disabilities that are mental disabilities, they can't see it from the outside. They're not like starving and like thin and stuff. That means that all the spotlight goes on one area, so these people don't actually get that money that could go to them as well. It's not evenly spread out. And our role as government is to make sure that we're helping all our people, not just some people in need, but as many people as possible. Okay? So let's get into our counter plan, my third point. The counter plan is very simple. We want to add to the mandatory education that people receive is information about charity, information about volunteering, mandatory volunteering projects they add to the curriculum. We want to give people information about NPOs and NGOs and what they do, because we ultimately want to give people a sense of community and give them a sense of involvement and show them it's not hard to give. That will raise their motivation to give, okay? The second point is that we're not going to show these images that are super striking, because it's actually going to lower the motivation in the future. What we're going to do is give more attention to a broader spectrum of charitable issues, but we're going to give them ordinary images that show these people are just like you, they just have this issue and they need help, and this is realistic. It's not going to be over the top. It's going to be something that is more average, okay? So what's going to be the situation in After Plan? Why is it uniquely beneficial? The point is that if you see a really striking image, you're going to want to give a lot of money one time. But if you feel a connection to somebody, if you feel like they're part of your community, if you feel like you have a responsibility to those people, actually the number of people who give is going to increase, because there'll be more people in general who feel the need to help. And on top of that, even though they might not give as much money at one time, they're not going to lose interest as quickly, because it's going to be something that feels closer to them, not something far away, not something really like over the top, dramatized, something that's happening nearby, something that's around the corner that they need to help, okay? It's their community. So that's going to encourage more people to give, maybe not as much money at one time, but if there's more people giving over a longer period of time, we can actually get more money in general. And the next point that's really important to the uniqueness of this plan is that because we talked about the issue of images that are really striking, getting all the money, but images that aren't really striking, not getting money, we're going to talk about the effect of giving more money to images, to charities that are less noticeable, okay? If you see starving children, you think, oh, starving children, give money to give food to children. But why are they starving? A lot of times it's because maybe they have a single mother, and in the country where that mother is, they're not able to work because they don't get education as women. But that's not an issue that's easy to show. If we can get money directed to the root cause, which is the mothers not being able to get money to feed their children, then those bigger issues, those issues that are on the top, will also get solved. So what we're doing is actually making a more effective way of giving charity that circulates the money better, and over time we can actually get rid of these issues altogether. Because if we, instead of using a top-down idea where you just give money to the things that's most visible, if we start getting the charity circulated to areas that are less visible but have like a deeper impact, bottom up, we can actually permeate the system and kind of break up this entire system that has caused people to need charity at all, and give them the power to help themselves, which is what we want. We want to not have to give charity. We want people to be strong enough to live by themselves. So these are the reasons why we need to take this plan, which is instead of having all these graphic, sensationalized images, just images that let people want to give but don't make them want to throw up and like get really upset and do something right away. It makes them want to help over a longer period of time and bring the change of the world in a more realistic type of way, okay? So, actually, my partner is going to go in a little bit of more detail, but that's my main points that I want you to understand. Thank you.
I thank MG for a speech. Now we call upon the member Wolf to open the closing opposition case business.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Entire government side said, come up here to deliver told you. Because of such kind of sensational graphic or image, people decrease their incentive to save donate such money. But we say we want to directly crushes this point. After taking this proposal, such kind of people can have the more incentive to donate money and to save more people. That's why. And in this debate, there are two actors. First of all, people who have already the incentive to give money, and second of all, who don't have incentive money. That's I want number two people want number two people to give more money in order to save more people. That's why we are proud to oppose this motion. I want to talk about three things. First of all, I want to talk about why government justify for international aid charities to use such kind of image in order to save more people in international society. And second of all, how such kind of sensational and emotional image is workable in and why people who are not interested in such kind of program are changed. And second, salary, how this plan is counterproductive to save suffering people. I will explain but here are several points with regard to the government side. Opening side explain people not opening government side said people feel better, so after under the status quo, people give up aiding. But that is completely not true because there are two kinds of people. First of all, people who are not interested in the program. In opposition paradigm, people who not have interest feel the children in graphic is poor. So by sympathizing that such kind of children, they aid. They can aid, they have the incentive to aid in only our paradigm, and then they satisfied. That's why we can save more people. And second of all, people who in the society, people who are interested in or in the program, or people who get interested by sensational graphic, that kind of people realize the real situation soon. Because of that, they search by themselves such kind of problem. That's why this is better. However, even if they search such kind of program, search of such kind of program, they don't stop aiding because even they know the exaggeration. If they people know the aid agency help more people, actually they will support. Even they do not support such kind of even if they have even if the incentive to save such kind of people because of the sensational graphic, there are agencies which do not use sensational graphic in under the status quo, so they move to such kind of agency and give aid. That's why in our program we can save more people and we can donate more money to such kind of area. Thank you. So let me move my argument. Firstly, why government justify for international aid charities to use such kind of images? Three reasons why. First of all, the fundamental role of charity is to save more people, and here is the uniqueness of the international aid charity. Government cannot save such people directly. Government can only send money to such kind of areas. Government in other hand, international aid charities can go there and can save such kind of people directly. This is the only actor to save such kind of poor people or the suffering people directly. For example, such international aid charity go to the workplace or poor area or disaster area. Even if such kind of even if there are such dangerous places, they go there, and in order to save more suffering people, that's why we can justify to them. Second of all, money is why the money is necessary, because they are most of them is volunteer. That's why money is limited. So more fund is necessary, and government should support such kind of campaign, and also government can even if the problem is inside the country, government can touch them, but it is an international society, international problem. That's why government touch them directly. That's why we can justify to do so. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you said that in your paradigm, this is the only way that people can be motivated to give money, but we just explained how we can motivate people to give money another way. How is your way better?
Wait. Okay, I will say later the second point. First of all, Okay, I will explain about how they get more money in my second argument. First, so how such kind of essential and emotional image is workable in the society. In society, as I explained in my introduction, there are two types of people. Some people who don't have who have less incentive to donate because first of all they do not the problem, or they do not how severe such kind of problem is. Even if they know that they think the problem is not related to themselves, that's why they don't have incentive to give money. But watching such kind of sensational image or such kind of they can sympathize with such kind of problems, so they come to have such kind of incentive to save more people. That's why we are proud to oppose this motion. Thank you.
第3 MO4 speech. Now we call upon government whip to summarize the government case within 7 minutes.
What I'm going to do is two things. First of all, rebuttal to main idea from closing opposition and opening opposition, especially this beneficial benefit is to grab the people's attention, and it's going to be to gather more money, and that's going to be better. I'm going to cut down this logic. Next of all, I'm going to talk about how invisible harm, such as my great partner already explained, mental disease or other kind of invisible harm, why those found is more difficult to get it and how it's going to be more harmful. Okay, moving on to first rebuttal. They say, for example, everybody doesn't have interest to fundraising. That's why using the graphic image is the only way to grab the people's attention. That's very good, sounds very good, right? However, their only logic suggested by their side is this. They're going to watch the graphic image, they're going to sympathize. That's why they're going to invest. If all citizens have this sympathize capacity, our supporting model, explanation, or using the sentence or statics is really good enough to move people's mind. Why is that so? Compare the situation. For example, listen. In one African country, because of huge depression or shortage of industry, millions of people are in hunger, and thousands of people actually die because of malnutrition, including 100 children. That sentence is already enough psychologically effective for ordinary citizens, right? And at that moment, compare just showing the photo, which is someone close to die because of malnutrition or so forth, that they don't know what kind of context is this and why this situation is happening. Though just they're indicating help. Compare which is more actually attractive or better way to grabbing the attention. They cannot making a decide. Just showing the photo is better way than our explanation sentence, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment, on this point, they fail to show the superiority. Why showing the photo is more important. Sit down. Next of all, I'm going to show you the benefit why those sentence or explanation is much better, because the viewer can compare which country is actually what kind of fundraising is more important than the others. For example, like I say, country A is huge depression or something like that. However, if in the sentence country A is for viewer might think country A's economic developments is fundamentally increasing. Rather, country B is somehow more serious economic depression. That's why I'm going to invest country B. Those choices are available only in sentence or written statics, ladies and gentlemen. However, on the case of photograph, they're just indicating the health. Like their side exactly explain that those images of photograph psychologically affect or stimulating the instinct of our survival instinct. That's why they're going to rush to invest money. That's why in terms of the shortage of comparison, this is serious. Why is that so? Because our great partner already explained, there are so many diverse problems exist in international society. Some person feeling struggling because of child labor, some person struggling because of lackness of accessibility of education, some person suffering because of AIDS. Those diverse problems, in order to tackle down those diverse problems, what is important is citizens should decide what kind of problem is more serious. What kind of problem actually we need to solve right now depends on the condition, depends on the situation, right? At that moment, thanks to this rational consideration, the person who really need money right now will receive the money. That's better way. However, in terms of rational, those photograph images directly crush or hinder those rational considerations before that.
Okay. Even the charity review sentence for gathering, the most citizens don't want to read this long sentence in the story. So, however, the photograph can give very big image in an instance.
Why do you think the sentence case is totally wrong and the photograph is correct? Because like I pointed out in POY, sometimes photographs might be manipulated. For example, even the malnutrition rate is very low. However, just picking up the children for hunger because of malnutrition, those cases, viewers certainly react. Those countries are struggling malnutrition, that's why I'm going to invest. This is totally nonsense analysis, right? Okay, that's why in terms of the sentence case, we can compare. That's why rational consideration will be guaranteed. And moving on to the second problem, what kind of problem are actually, more difficult to get invested? Like my great partner already explained, that those problems which is never appeared out external symptoms, such as mental disease or such as AIDS problem, for example. This is a typical problem which is virus inside, and there is no apparent symptom, and they're going to die in 10 or 20 years. This is also a serious case, right? However, it's impossible to show or appeal visually, right? Because there is no appearance changed, right? At the moment, citizens cannot have incentive to start investing to those solving the AIDS organization. How about education, ladies and gentlemen? Education is actually very important to increase the rate of literacy, and they're going to make efficient theory of making a more costless agricultural way or picking up the fish way, and they can make a more sustainable life maybe in terms of increasing literacy. However, those education might be very difficult because the effect of education is also not impossible to show by photograph, right? However, the only citizens who are going to invest is to the organization or problem which have somehow external symptom like malnutrition or those things. However, without rational consideration. ladies and gentlemen, right, like I clarified, there are a lot of diverse problems exist in international society. In order to, invest fairly and proportionally, we are very happy to propose.
I thank government whip for a speech. Now we call upon the opposition whip to conclude the debate within 7 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The government side says that because we use the graphic, people easily to donate, and they don't notice the real problem, and they do not donate the invisible problem. So, but it is not true, and because the number, even the graphic is either a sympathized thing, but it can be the entrance to think about the problem, and even they don't have an interest, that kind of people can sympathize for them. So as a number, we can save a lot of people, and we can save the suffering individual more. Before I summarize our debate, I will refute for the government side. Firstly, they say, I have for reputation, and firstly they explain about education, but it is not workable because if they cannot use the graphic and they cannot use the sensational thing, the people for the first place do not sympathize and do not feel it is a very severe thing. They explain that the sentence is no, but it is not true because if the people see the sentence, the million people are dying, but they cannot imagine what kind of situation it is. And by seeing the photograph, for example, the children is starving, and children are getting very severe situation. People see with that show, and then people fear that they are not interested in that problem. They fear that children is poor because for example, that children like same age as my children, and that kind of children is very poor. In that situation, the people who do not stop their leg by sentence can stop the leg, and they sympathize that individual children. And from the sympathizing that individual, their interest going to that problem, why that children is very suffering, and I have to save that children in the photograph and so on. So only the photograph can have a power that increase the image and increase the people's sympathizing and so on. So for that kind of people, the explanation and the sentences are not enough. And as I said, that kind of photograph, it can be the entrance for the sentences, because the people who are interested in children who think why that kind of program occur try to listen the story by the agency, and the agency will happy to see the sentences and explain more and more. So by looking at the photograph, it is the entrance of thinking about core program, and they explain about an invisible problem. But in this circumstance, they can use the photograph and graphics, and it is workable. For example, about the mental diseases case and the invisible diseases case, people who look like normal are crying. That kind they show that photo and they add a word. I am dying. The people wonder why that women are dying, even she look like a normal. So they start to reading the sentences why the people who look like normal are dying, and they notice that that kind of people have diseases. So, but and on their paradigm there are only sentences. So on the first place they do not read the sentences at first. They do not interested in, and they pass away. They walk away. So the people do not notice, and people do not try to aid. And if they explain about if the people get used to the graphic, they do not donate. But that kind of people, on their context, at the first place, they do not start donating. So comparing our side and other side, we can gather the more people. Yes.
Graphic images is somehow effective to solve a problem like malnutrition. However, malnutrition is kind of typical problem in developing countries. How are we going to guarantee those graphic images really effective for the country who really need help right now?
Okay, and firstly, as my partner said, different from the government, the charity is the only actor who can help individual, not the country level, individual level. So the government can send the money and save the country, but only they can save the individual. So their first role is saving the individual, suffering individual at first. And even the people who donate don't know about the program and core problem and country's situation, because the agency knows. So agency can use the money for them for solving the core problem, and because the who are interested in can hear about the story and they can understand what is the core problem, and they try to aid to solve the core problem. So comparing our side and other side, we can save more we can get the money from the more number of people when because they know the situation, and because we can get the people who did not interested in to change interested in, we can save a lot of people. We can save the people. We can collect a lot of people. So as a number comparison, we can save a lot of people and a lot of country and a lot of suffering people, because the people see a lot of graphic and in the different agencies. So also with outside they can compare what is the problem in the severe, and they can choose what problem to donate. So we can, as a number comparison, we can save a lot of people than other side. That's why we propose this motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Position VIP, for your speech. Now our speech is over. Thank you for your nice cooperation. お疲れ様です。ディスカッションをするので、20分ぐらいですね。待っといてください。外で。
やっちゃうっていうのは、他は EI でビルになってるんですけど、そこだけは絶対に立つかなと思ったんで、それだけでも勉強ということです。さっとお話しましょう。
僕はそのオープニングポジションから出されてたハームっていうのがなんかどれだけなのかっていうのが一応今世になんか救わなきゃいけない人いるよねっていうのは今世だったものの、それが本当にいるかっていうのをずっとガバメントサイドから一貫して疑われてて、これをちゃんと示しきって救えるっていうところまでつなげてたかっていうと、それがちょっと怪しかったんですけど、一方でクロージングガバメントっていうのはその問題を他の割り振りが来ない団体とか問題とかっていう焦点を当てて、それが解決よりされる方はどっちかなっていう話をしてて、そっちの方が問題の提示と解決っていうプロセスが分かりやすかったっていうところから、なんかその問題自体が今世で解決できそうっていうのまで今世にすると確かにオープニングポジションもなんか分からなくないんですけど、そこがちょっとそこまで自明にとっていいのかなっていうので差が出たかなというふうに思います。
ただあれなんだよね、エバリエーションはされてなかったんだよね、いろいろ救うっていう話の。別に指示もやってないけど。 問題点があると思うとこかなと思って、いろいろ救えるっていう話にそのなんかインパクトバリエーションみたいなのじゃなくて、その北田さんの言ってたショートタームとどっちがいいかっていう話にもつながるけど、なんでそのいろいろ救えるからそのなんか話していいのかっていう話がなかったっていうのがちょっとなんかウィークポイントかなと思うんだけど、どう思うなし。
なんかただそのガバメントとしてはそのできるだけ多くの人を救うべきだった話が無事から出てて、これを踏まえた時にそのなんかまあ、確かにこのかっちりとバンまでは言ってないかもしれないんですけど、そのガバメントのスタンスを示した上でそのこのグラフィックを使うことによる他が救われないっていうところがまずいよねっていうので一応つなげてはいるのかなと僕は思って撮ったんですけど、確かに説明量としてもなんかめちゃくちゃしてたわけじゃないんで、そこのなんか多様なあるストーリーっていうのは
なんか多くっていうのがなんか別にそのグラウンドコンセになってるのはその数の話で多様性の話まではコンセになってないっていうのが、いやなんかこれ CG して応募してるみたいになってるのがあって、なんかそうじゃないだって別にその結局どっちがいっぱい救えるかっていうところまでしかコンセになってないやんだろうグラウンドって MG の話でも多分聞いてもそうやし、いっぱい救うっていうかいっぱいお金がいった方がいいっていう話ロングタームの話。そうなった時になんか別に多様であるからといってそれがいっぱい救えてるとは限らないんだよね多分。それどうしよう。
それはそのなんか本人を救うって話がそのなんか長期的によりサステナブルな救い方がいいよねっていう話も出てて、そこで一定のそのオープニングポジションが優位性を取るっていうのが優位性のなんか幅というか大きさがちょっと削られていく上にメニューを救えるってなったら、なんかじゃあそこの差があんまりじゃあロングでよりサステナブルな救い方ができるっていうのプラス他の問題を目が当てられるんだったらよりいいかなっていうふうに思ったんですけど、
悪いことではないもんね、やっぱり多様な人を救うのは。
そっちがゼロで救えなくてトレードオフでこっちだけってなったら確かに、まあ、危ないなと思うんですけど、なんか一定そこもエンゲージして救えるよって言った上でのあれだったので、なんかいいのかなって思いました。
北田さんどう思いますか？
確かになんか数っていうのは頑張ったらガバのプラダイムではある程度担保できそうな中でシーズンに言ってる多様性っていうのは、これを使わないことによりエクスクルーシブなのかな。
タイぐらいにできそうな感じがするけど、多様な部分でちょっとスピリティがあるみたいな感じの仕方は確かにできそう。ありがとうございます。あります。どうなんですか。他全部あれかな、決まんのかな。すいません。すいません。いやまあ確かに CEO が上がり得ると思うよ俺も。どう思う？
どうなんでしょう。
いやなんかロングタームの話は確かにそのなんかオープニングからかけてたしクロージングの CG の話とクラッシュしてるからまあいい話ではあったと思うねんけど、応募と比べた時にやっぱり説明が微妙っていうか、その応募もまあ別にそのショートタームのまた少なくとも出しててなんかあれまあ今の段階でそのエントランスになるっていう話は多分ワンセンテンスしかしてなくてリップでちょっと伸びたみたいな感じだとやっぱりそんなに評価しづらいかなと思う。あれやしインパクトっていうかそのロールオブチャリティーはなんか音声を深く音声を喋ってただけやし、そう考えるとやっぱりちょっと下がるかなっていう。どう思う？
エクステンションの評価の塩梅がよくわかんない。
むずいよね。
そこはフレキシブルで。
フレキシブルでですか。船杉の順位で。
いやそれは高橋さんでしょ。
はい。まあミネラルコメントとしてはなんかねモーションのを肯定するという意識をなんかもうちょっとこう深めてもいいのかなって。結構そのディベート っていうかその BP のモーションって NA のモーションみたいにその単純な出来じゃなくて結構その複雑性を持ってて、例えばその部分的に肯定できてた例としてはその大さんのそのセンテンスとフォトの比較とかもあってんけど、そこだけですまだ不十分で、さらにそのセンセーショナルな部分まで含めてやるみたいなことが結構モーションの肯定否定に求められるので、その辺も意識できるとこれからのラウンドもより良くなるのかなと思います。ディシジョンとしては、ディスカッションの結果コンセンサスとして CG が1位で O が2位、CO が3位で OG が4位です。CG、O、CO、OG の順番です。まず、1位と2位の斜め、ショートダイアグラムって言葉知ってる？ショートダイアグラムっていうのはその斜めのことをダイアグラムって呼ぶねんけど、それのそのスピーカーがしてる側がショートダイアグラムで、そのスピーカーが遠い側がロングダイアグラムっていうねんけど、たまに聞くと思うからちょっとメモっといて、斜めの差、ショートダイアグラムの差に関しては、その O のコントリビューションとしては、その少なくともテンポラリーには、そういう、エイドに対してよりお金が集まるよねっていう話を出していて、そのセンテンスじゃわからないものもそのフォトならばわかるっていう話、センテンスを読むのは結構だるいからっていう話を出していたっていうのが、O のコントリビューションで、そこに関しては、良いと思ったんですけれども、それに対して、CG の話っていうのは、まず一つ目に、そのテンポラリーはまあ多少認めたとしても、結局ロングタームでトータルアマウントオブマネーみたいなものが、増える。なぜならそのショッキングなストライキングなイメージっていうのはその刺激に慣れてしまうとその何も感じなくなるからっていうので、センテンスで具体的な比較とかを出していた。でかつそこに対してカウンタープランっていうかプランスパイクやねんけど、でまあ教育でいいやんっていう話を、教育の方がよりベターっていう話を出していて、まあミューチュアルエクスクルーシブかどうかは分からんけど、少なくともストライキングな部分もない上で、教育があった方がいいっていう話はまあ分かったっていうのと、その読むのがだるいっていう話に関してもそのポイには直接的には答えられていなかったけど、結局その教育でその行うっていうことがインプライするのは、結局まあある程度その読むキャパシティを子供たちあるいは人々に与えるっていうことやから、そのある程度の読むのがだるいっていう話もキャプチャーできているのかなと思いましたので、ロングタームの話でより多くなるっていう話の方が、テンポラリーでの部分よりも結局トータルのお金が多くなりうるのかなと感じました。ただそこが仮にタイだったとしても、タイっていうかその差がつけられなかったとしても、その CG の股っていうのはまだ残っていて、結局なんかまあ数がよくわからなかったとしても、それだったらそのより多様な部分、例えばそのインビジブルな部分、例えばそのメンタルディサビリティのピーポー、メンタルディセーブルピーポーとか、エイズの人たちとか教育を受けれない子どもたちとかのその飢餓で苦しんでいる子どもたちとかとは違うように、インビジブルな人たちにも、多様な層に対して、エイドがいった方がいいよねっていう話は、仮に数が同じだったとしてもユニークに、ガバメントのベネフィットとして取れるのかなと思った。ただちょっとウィークポイントとしては、そこに対するエバリエーション、なぜ多様な方がいいのかっていうのは、まあ、直感的には分かるものの明示的にはされていないので、そこはちょっと弱くなるかなと思ったんですけれども、まあ十分エグザンプルとかで説明されていたので、質的に良くなるっていう話として取れるのかなと思いましたので、その2点より、ショートダイアグラムに関しては、クロージング画面との方がオープニングポジションよりも上です。はい。それが CG と CO の差、1位と2位の差です。次にオポベンチ、2位と3位の差なんですけれども、そのオポベンチのまず CO で、取れた点と取れなかった点をまず話すと、エントランスになるっていう MO でワンセンテンスで出てて、オポイップで伸ばされた点に関しては評価できるかなと思ったけど、 MO で出ていたそのロールオブチャリティーオーガナイゼーションの話、チャリティーエージェンシーの話は、なんか結局その帰結がいっぱいお金があった方がいいっていうコンセンサスを深めただけだから、評価としては取りづらいかなと思った。ただ逆にそのロングタームで、そのエントランスになるっていう話は往々にかけていた、ロングタームの話 結局画面値からダウトがかかっていた話とクラッシュさせることができているのでコントリビューションとしては評価できるかなと思いました。じゃあなぜそのオポベンチの間で差をつけたかっていうと、まず一つはそのショートタームの話っていうのが別にそれなりに評価できるほどに立っていたっていう点、ユニークネスも出ていたしインパクトも出ていたので、そんなにコントリビューションとして同程度にあると考えられるっていうのが一つと、もう一つはそれを踏まえた上で結局ダイナミックス的に、クロージングガーメントのエデュケーションみたいな話を踏まえての反論ができていなかったっていうのが一つと、もう一つはもっと大事なのは結局そのエントランスの股っていうのが、なんかロールフルフィルメント的に MO からワンセンテンスしか説明されていなかったっていうのがクレジットを下げる要因になるのかなと思います。それに結局 VIP からじゃあちょっとニューっぽく取れる、なんかそのワンリニアで出てたマターがニューっぽく取れるのが評価を下げる理由になるのかなと思っていて、それに対してOOっていうのはMO の段階からハーム自体は出ていて DA ロードで深めるっていうロールフリーメント的には満たされていたので、どちらのショートタームの話もロングタームの話もある程度は評価できるんですけれども、その中だったらOOの方を上にするのかなと思います。最後に、ロングダイアグラム、OG とCO のマターなんですけれど比較なんですけれども、CO はさっき言ったように、ロングタームの話はある程度評価できるのに対して、OG の話っていうのは、結局まず初めにエグザジレーションがやばいっていう話に関しては、まずその PM がおそらく仮定してたのが結構嘘っぽい話を作っていう話で、そこに関してはモーションが別にエグザジレートするって書いてなくて、オーバリーエモーショナルっていうワーディングから別に嘘をつくかって言われると怪しいっていうのが1点。その DPM で軌道修正されて、そのピッキングフューイメージっていう話に、ピッキングフューイメージでっていう話に軌道修正はされていたものの、ただでもその話が結局落ちどころとしては詐欺フロードであるっていうのがまず一つ目の落ちどころで、その話に関しては結局なんで別にオープニングからオープンベンチから指摘があったように、別にフューやったとしても嘘ではないっていう状況の中でなんで詐欺になるのかっていう部分が結局説明が必要なのかなと思ったので、そのコンストラクティブとしては評価がしづらいっていうのと、DPM でもう一つ出ていた結局それはジャストテンポラリーのやつでロングタームにはならないっていうのに関しては、CG から深められていたけれども、そこのリーズニングっていうのがちょっと見られなかったので、この立論として評価しづらい。それに対してCO っていうのは VIP からではあるものの、ロングタームの話はそれなりに評価できるものであったので、OG の方が下で CO が3位という形になりました。以上が RFD です。質問があればお願いします。はい。
CEO が、言っていたガバはこういう NPO に処方する権利はないというふうな話が出てたんですけれども、どう捉えましたか
？CEO から多分その話としては出ていないと思います。ガバメントとエージェンシーの何をするのかの比較っていうのは出てたと思うんですけれども、すべきではないっていう話ではなかったと判断しました。MO の話に関してはガバメントっていうのはお金を送るだけだけど、エージェンシーっていうのは、なんか行って直接何かをするっていう話だったので、そこは違うと思います。
もしそういう話が出てたら、なんかの、ポイントがありますか？
そういう話が出ていたら、やっぱりCG からのマターで言うならば、なんでアンフェアな状況を作ってはいけないのかっていうエバリュエーションをすれば、その話が仮に出たとしても返せてたと思います。結局、はい。他にありますか？なければ、エバリュエーションシートを書いて